Oh, you are. Hello, it's Tease. Good day. And good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. So I had another epiphany at 5 o'clock after the meridian, and basically what I've gathered and what I've already known, and I've partially spoke on it, but there's literally only a few of the Mohegans. You know the saying the last Mohegans. Like we're literally down to a handful of a true down to heart, the true melanated people, like the one that's you're true to your people, and you want things to go back to where they were. And as far as America, there's literally like I would say virtually maybe a handful of the last of those Mohegans left. And hell, they probably are the real Mohegans because even when it comes to the Native Americans, you'll have the red Native Americans, which are the ones that you know of now, and then you have the melanated Native Americans, the ones who you never knew of because they called them slaves and they either killed them off or you would know of nothing that's dark skinned. If I'm in Asia, you won't know me as a dark skinned Asian because I'm either pushed to the forest or putting out of business, even in Mexico. I I think I've seen my first deeply melanated Mexican probably on National Geographics. In person, you probably would never see this in person because, and this is nothing new as far as a time such as this, but in this moment, we are being remixed and taken out of business. So that explains you could bring a bunch of migrants in, either to replace us or to wash us out. You put a bunch of sorcery and foolishness and destruction in our face, and then hopefully we'll take out ourselves. So it's one of those things where we're being deleted from history and wiped out as we speak. And as far as me, how I would want things to go, like pretty much I would want, as far as America, and then we'll eventually work our way out to the world. But as far as America, I would want to make America great again before the pilgrims, before the immigrants. You see what I'm saying? So basically make America great again before we were indoctrinated, before we got put out of business, before we lost our throne, and before you were wearing my robe. Because I'm thinking the problem is right now, the people who come here for a better life, they've lost themselves. They came here for a better life. They've gotten that better life. They've forgotten where they come from, and they refuse to go back to where they came from. They refuse to right their wrong. They refuse to humble themselves. And that goes for everyone. Even with the debate yesterday, like I probably watched maybe 10 minutes of it and I had to get up and leave because I'm not into politics, but you know, when they're talking about what are you going to do with the economy and whether this and that, and I'm thinking like, for me, if you ask me, I wouldn't vote for Trump. I would elect Trump because if you let me tell it, I would say he probably would be the next one as far as, okay, you're going to be president number what again. And then, and as far as my agenda, like I say, because I don't have an agenda to put him out of business, but we're living in a sick world, and with this system, that can very much happen. Because let the symptoms tell it, oh, Trump might get back in office, but those Democrats are going to take him out. So, and I can see that happening. It's not impossible. It's not far-fetched. And if they could, they'll take him out right now. But as far as my agenda, I would elect Trump and then let him work out his magic on the biggest, craziest, most viral deportation. And I would say, I will push everybody out the way, get out of his way, and let Trump work his magic. And then once he gets done cleaning up America, you know, sweeping out the immigrants, migrants, and all that, then I would tell him to take him and his friends and Biden with him. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to go too, because y'all swim here too. You see what I'm saying? So I have Trump clean up his dirty work. Then I'll do the sweeping and mopping after that. You see what I'm saying? And then we can go from abroad, because other people might feel like, I don't want to go back to... Yeah, that's called a humbling process. Because you come here and you don't mind doing that to other people who come here. You'll come swim here and then look at me. Oh, are you lost? What are you doing here? Or, you know, pretty much like, oh, what are you doing in this neighborhood? You know, as if you didn't swim here on a potato. Or as if you didn't float here on a roach. As if you didn't walk here. As if you didn't load up a semi to get here. You see what I'm saying? So people get here. When they get here, they lose themselves. Humbleness flies out the window. And they really do forget where they come from. And they really do get beside themselves. So that's why I am all for sending everybody back. No, oh, how could you separate it from our family? You, your grandma, your baby, friends, family, and whoever else want to go with you will be thrown in the back of that semi. That's how I would operate. You can get stuffed in a semi and you can go back the same way you came. Oh, but how about, I don't know anybody that... You and anyone else who wants to hold your hand through this journey are welcome to load up these semis. You can warm up your shoes, whatever it is, how you want. But basically, that's how that's going to go. It's going to be a major sweep. So yes, that's how I would operate, just because like the people who are here now and the people who have been here in the past have lost themselves, and especially the ones from the 50s and 60s, because that was also mentioned too. Well, what about the immigrants who've been here since, who came here back in the 50s? Especially those, because at least the new ones can say, okay, well, damn, I'm in a hard place, and you just basically told me to swim here for $2, or swim here for a check, or swim for better. Yeah, of course, everybody gonna swim here. If I tell you to come here, if I pay you to come to America for a better, yes. But the ones from back in the days, 50s and 60s, okay, you come here, yeah, you came with nothing. But then by the time you came up, you weren't a benefit. You're not a benefit to me. Never have been, never will be. You see what I'm saying? Because people come here, they'll look at me like, are you lost? Or they'll come and flood the zone where it's all of them and it's only one of me. Then you're looking at me like, what am I doing here? Or how do I get rid of this problem? You see what I'm saying? They look at us as a problem. I'm here to replace you or to get rid of you, or I'm here to exploit you. Those days are over. So yes, you ask me who I would elect before I take office, before I take over the world, I would get someone like Trump, and not necessarily do my dirty work, to do my cleanup work, clean up America for me. I do appreciate you, Trump. Thank you. Clean up America, and as soon as he get done, dust his hands off, and then I'm gonna look to him with the vacuum. I'm gonna have the vacuum cleaner for him, his friends, and his opponent. Take come out, everybody. If you swam here, I don't care if you swam here politely or you didn't know you swam here in any way, shape, or form. Swim. Well, I'm gonna just vacuum you up and clean you up, because you probably ain't going to go without a fight. I'm gonna have to pull out the broom and mop. But that's basically how that would go. And I would actually really, truly, and that would actually bring me great joy. So I think step one would be Trump. I don't vote. I don't get into politics, but I promise you, I will stand in the line 1,000,000 times to make sure he's elected. That's another thing. That's probably why it's important not to vote. I'm thinking the voting process is just to see where your head is, Oh, 10 people voted for Trump, 1 person voted for Biden. Because it's not really about what the people want. Now, people can raise hell. You can act a damn fool afterwards, like they're going to do after either way it goes, they're going to act a fool. Now, you can act a fool afterwards, but as far as your vote doesn't really, it just basically shows where your head is as far as in America. Oh, Americans love Trump, or Americans love Biden. That's what voting is for, to see, basically to count the numbers. Oh, 12% or 18%, it just shows who's, basically what kind of world are you living in. Are we living in the Biden world, or are we living in a Trump world? And I'm thinking a lot of people can relate to Trump. They really can. I'm not into politics. I've never voted Republican, but Trump is literally speaking my language. When he said he's gonna fill up those semis, he didn't say that exact verbatim, but that's my language. I always fill up all these semis and tennis shoes and boats. He basically said he'll do the biggest deportation. He literally took the words out of my mouth, and I'm like, that's why I was more like, oh my goodness, where are the ballots, But I mean, I wouldn't stand in line, but I'm saying I would, in order to make sure he gets elected. I probably would stand in line 1,000,000 times just to make sure he gets in there. And that's only right, because he's speaking my language more than what Biden is. Biden, he's trying to take me out in my face. If Trump does it, and he does it quietly, I would be more okay with him driving me to hell, because Biden is doing it in your face, disrespectfully, with I mean, it's crazy. And I'm just like, wow, it's so bad to the point where other people are getting it. And I'm like, damn, oh, Biden, you are reckless. Yeah, so basically, yes, that would be my vision, and which would come with a lot of chaos, turmoil, and bloodshed. But I'm thinking this is probably why you don't create any type of smoke. Like, it'll be something where we'll have to have a talk to have people back up, because there's so many major countries too. Like, what about Russia? What about China? What about this? What about that? That it might come in, and they might want to come in with smoke, and probably already have the smoke already right here, because let them tell it this is their home too. So it's like, oh my goodness. So guess we'll have to work something out with that. Okay, where are the trick sleeves and the bombs? Where's that? Figure out what to do with that. But I'm thinking if everybody go back to their rightful position, the world will be a better place. You can't come over here just to push me out of bed so you can sleep more comfortably. You know, it just doesn't work like that. You know, a lot of people, again, you come here, you lose yourself. And even if I go over there, oh, okay, you're in Japan now. Oh, you're a citizen. Welcome home. And I go to Japan, I still wouldn't feel so. Even if you say, hey, welcome, oh, this is your home, enjoy it, have everything you want, and they praise me every time I come there, I wouldn't be so comfortable to the point where I can push the Japanese around, or I can push the citizens around, or I can be I would never get that comfortable. But people do. They'll swim here and get that comfortable to where you want to kick me in the head. You want the one who made a path for you. And that's another thing too. If I can just get off subject for a second. This is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to the American Negroes, is that always fighting for other people. And I understand we are empathetic, and we want to help each other. As long as everyone's cool, that's great. And I love that about us. But I hate that we don't have that same smoke for ourselves. Where's that same, okay, leave our people alone and let our people grow in peace? You see what I'm saying? Now we'll kick and fight for the Asians, but who's kicking and fighting for you? That's the only thing. It's like we've got that. I don't know if we got that knocked out of our head in the 80s. I don't know what happened. But we stopped fighting for ourselves a long time ago. Not that we don't have the fight in us. We just don't have it for you. You see what I'm saying? I don't have it for another fellow nappyhead. Now, if we had that for our damn selves, where we were that territory, or we wanted to make America great again, or we want to stop the Asian hate, if we reverse that and make that inwardly for ourselves, then I would be more proud. But right now, I'm more like, a lot of the nappyheads going to have to get loaded up too, the long way, or you can take those, it's one of those things. A lot of nappy-headed people. A lot of my fellow nappyheads will be getting swept up too, because it's like, this is why we're in trouble now, but that's neither here nor there. If we can only take it one day at a time and just pray and work toward the closest thing. I don't know. I guess we can kick normal to the side. I don't know if normal exists anymore. It could, but in this system, I don't know. I don't know what we have to do to get normal back, but we can work on it. Let's work to make things normal, or let's work to make things new. Yes, this system might fall, but what can we do as far as putting our heads together? What can we come up with? Because we've been coming up with things. We're just getting our talents. We're losing ourselves as well. Like I say, people come here to see what we can do. You see what I'm saying? Or what we've created. And then therefore they'll come here and take over it. That's how that happens. It's called being colonized. Like, again, I make you some food. You eat the plate. Oh, that was great. You steal the recipe. And then you throw me in the garbage chute. That's how that works. But it's like, I'm thinking we go wrong because we have the wrong people around. And then that's why they say, watch what you say, watch what you do. And even on social media, you probably shouldn't have said that. Or, I probably should have, because it's going to reach who it needs to reach. And I might say, make America great again. You may be offended. Hell, the whole world may be offended. But whoever needs to hear that. Like I said, there's only a handful of the Mohegans left. What we need to hear. The one who's there's hope for. The one who actually wants to make America great. The real America. Not Trump's America. The real America. Before treachery. Before chaos. Before colonization. You see what I'm saying? Before we didn't know the trees. The time where we were, the time where things were different. We were in control. In order to go back to control, we need to clean up from inside out. When I say clean up, it might just be a pigeon and a dirty sock left behind. That type of cleanup. All right, but anyway, be well, be safe.